approach this second game?
Probably like every other club, we'll go pretty much full strength. We've still got a couple of players we need to manage their minutes a little bit. So we might have one or two more, but yeah, we need to get the rotations right and the right matchups and all the prep for round one that you do. The only probably change for us will be we'll let Andrew play a little bit of game time as well. We need to get his match fitness up to a certain degree. We also need to get ready for round one, so that's the balance.
So how many guys can you play? Is it down to 22? Have you still got 26 available?
I think we can play, yeah, I think it's the same as last week. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not sure about the rotations. I have to find that out. So we go check that out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if it's like every other year, you can play a couple more.
The guys on managed minutes, that Yo, Shui, McGovern still? Or is it...
Yeah, we've got probably two or three guys who we just don't want to max out just yet. Who are coming back from off-season surgery, and you know, they're probably a week or two behind where the other guys are, but they'll catch up pretty quick. So next Friday we'll have a bit of an intra-club as well, just to cap them off.
Does Andrew Gaff play pretty much 100% game time on the weekend, or as close to that?
Probably not. No, we need to get some minutes into him, but we also need to prepare for the first couple of rounds. So as much as we'd love to have him playing, he's not. So we need to get the balance right. The priority is round one. Andrew can't play in the waffle practice matches, so this will be his last hit out before a bit of a scratch match next week, intra-club, and then he'll just have to get fit with his running.
In terms of intensity, a JLT game compared to an intra-club, is there a stark difference, I guess, from one to the other?
From an intra-club?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another level. Yeah, you try not to hurt your mates too much when it's an intra-club, and when it's JLT, there's probably not do or die, but you go pretty hard.
How do you deal with the hype and build up around Gaffy and the Brayshaw thing this week? So maybe have you spoken to him about it?
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a lot of hype about it. It feels like it's done for us. I know it's a derby, and you know the two boys are playing, but I think Fremantle are the same. We're just getting on with it, and you know it'll be bigger, I suppose, next time we play each other in the season, probably. But I think as far as the two clubs are concerned, we've moved on.
Andy said yesterday, I think he'd put his hand out to him at the start of the game if they did line up together. Would that be something that you'd say, let's just line them up together and then get it done, and hopefully it is done?
Well, if they do, I mean, I'm not sure how good friends they are. I think they know each other pretty well. It might be a good gesture, but I don't think we're all hanging out for that to happen. I think both players have moved on. It's how quick can the two supporters, the two clubs, from a public point of view, understand that we're here to play for 2019.
Just what happens with Josh Kennedy this week?
He played a bit of a scratch match today. We played for 10 or 15 minutes, so the first time he actually played some competitive footy for a while, so that was good. He'll hopefully play a good half next week when we have a bit of an intra-club, and then we'll talk about his availability for round one. So he's tracking towards playing, but once again, his fitness will be something we'll keep an eye on, his match fitness.
I heard that Jamie Cripps was maybe coming on a little bit quicker
than he's flying.
People thought, so is he any chance on Sunday, and is he any chance for round one now?
He's no chance for Sunday, but he's rapidly attacking round one, which is really pleasing for us. Our front half is quite young, without Lacroix and Kennedy, and Cripps. We're actually really young. You know, outside of Jack Darling, I think everyone's probably under 22. So we'd like a bit more experience there, but we're actually really excited about some of the youth coming through in the front half. So he might be earlier than we thought, Jamie.
In terms of round one against Brisbane, would you be confident or hopeful, or maybe not so hopeful
with
Cripps?
Hopeful, not confident, but you know, it's not all just about round one. It is for us as a coaching group and performance-wise, but we need to make sure we get our players through the whole season.
Have you spoken to the umpiring department this week around starting positions and that sort of thing? Yeah,
the 666. Yeah, we have spoken to the AFL more than the umpires. I think the you know, the time in which the umpires took to bounce the ball was a bit shortened on the weekend. So I think there's going to be a little bit more time for the guys to get reset. Having spoken to the AFL and Steve about it all, I think it's going to work itself out. I don't think you'll see too many issues, especially if there's a shot clock there. The big one for us is Lewis Jetta had an injury, he had a cramp. That's an injury, but it took him a while to get off the ground, and by the time he got off, Shannon Hearn couldn't get to position, so free kick given away. I think that's covered as well. If there's a trainer with a player, they'll allow us a bit more time, and I think it'll work out all right.
Do you have the job on Nat 5 this weekend if he plays?
Yeah, we'll work through that. I think he probably will play, which is great. He's a great player. He's good for us to have a really good head out against someone like him. They'll work that out the next couple of days.
So, Simo, the AFL thinks they will be able to give more leniency with that if you're able to sort of show that a player was coming off and wasn't
with an injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if they're with a trainer or a doctor, I think the slight shift this week is they'll treat it like a blood rule, really, and they won't start play until the player gets off the ground. But you're allowed to come on the ground and reset in your position. So that's one of the little tinkering that they're doing that I think is going to work okay for us.
How about the one where you get the free kick from the centre square and Tom Hickey had to wait 50
reset
seconds? Yeah, and I think it then came to you, the vision, and you're sort of almost having a...
Well, I didn't even know about that. Yeah. I didn't know. That was new to me.
Would you like to see that move on quicker? Get an advantage?
The problem with that is if you deliberately give a free kick away and you stack the back line, then you've got an advantage, I suppose. You give a deliberate free kick, but you've got extras behind the player. So I think they're going to stick with the reset. I just think that the penalties won't be as often. So we had 7 rotate last week. Now we've got 4. There's more time to reset, and there's a shot clock. So they're doing. I don't think the AFL wants to see free kicks because of someone stepping over the line. So I think they're adjusting pretty well.
Good news, I think, with Nick Natanui. You're apparently ahead of schedule. I think this morning you were indicating that as well. It might not be round 10, might be a little earlier than that.
Look, he's on schedule. So every time he gets to another level, he ticks a box and moves on to the next phase. He's just in front of where he was last time, so he's feeling better about himself. He's training now, but there'll be another little boxes he needs to tick, and if he doesn't tick him, it takes an extra week, and that's the way it is. So we're not in a rush, but we're in a rush at the same time.
Imagine he's probably in a rush. What sort of set standard is he at the moment in terms of what he can do? How much?
Nick?
Yeah, Nick.
Oh, he's training now, so now it's about just getting the football fitness and. Haven't had any contact or anything like that. The change of direction is probably not starting yet. So I think the first thing is lane kicking and lane handball, and then we work from there.
If JK does get up for round 1, Adam, what happens with your third forward? Is there still scope for an Oscar Allen or a Jake Waterman or a Jared Brander to play alongside Jack and Josh, or is it an either-or situation?
We need to look at that probably on Sunday, how it might look if someone like JK plays, how we actually go with an extra tall on our forward line. So the good thing about Oscar and Brander and Waterman is they're all quite tall, but they're all pretty good engines, pretty good tanks. So can we handle an extra tall on our forward line? That's something we might explore this week. Might not be the names, but it might be the matchups.
Liam Ryan kicked a couple of goals against the Cats. Are you happy with his pre-season form?
Liam Ryan, yeah, he's been good. Yeah, he hasn't missed any training really. So no niggles. He had a few ups and downs pre-Christmas, but his fitness has been so much more in front of last year, and adapting to the AFL system is something that it's taken him a while, but I think he's so much more professional this year. So still got some work to do, but really happy with his output and his commitment to the club. It's been first class.